Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Assalamu alaikum, Husna. We're going to try to finish as much of the map as possible in this session and hopefully in the next one. Okay? I gave you the map for status. Ooh, that's fat. How do you make it skinnier?
Press the smaller dot.
There we go. That's better, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I gave you the notes on, or the map for status, and next to it was another box, which was number.
Number.
Right? So you're gonna write down the map for number now, the box for number. Okay? Number is the best, in my opinion, the way to understand number in grammar is your first bit of notes is about the singular. And you know what the singular is, un, an, in, u, a, I, right? Then your second bit of notes is about what? The pair. The pair is always the same, ani or aini. So that's really not much of a study. But really it's the third that's the challenge, which is the plural. The plural is where there's lots of stuff to do, okay? So now, I'm going to give you pretty comprehensive discussions on the plural, because that's really what number is about. Number is about understanding the challenge in the plural. And we're going to go further than what we did in our original course, okay? The first kind of plural, you can call it the masculine plural, and that is una or ina. What do you know about una or ina? It's used for people. And it includes men and women. So there's two notes on that. The way I would write that briefly is people, male plus female. So you can't use it for books and cars. Okay? The second kind of plural, you can take an educated guess.
Feminine plural?
That's right. It's feminine plural. And the combinations here are what?
Atun and atin.
Atun and atin. Okay? But I'm going to make your notes a little more complicated this time.
Okay.
Instead of saying the feminine plural, I'm going to call it the human feminine plural. The human feminine plural. Like muslimatun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
You with me so far?
Yes.
Okay, this is getting ugly, so I'm going to erase and start over. A and B.
That's fine.
Now I'm going to start with C, okay?
Sure.
All right. So here's C. Non-human feminine plural. Which is also atun or atin. So now I've taken the combination atun or atin and I've broken it up into two categories. One of them is human and the other one is not human. So when I say muslimatun, obviously I'm talking about human. If I say, for example, alimatun, alim is a scholar, alimatun, female scholars, that's also human. If I say tayyibatun, good women, that's also human. If I say, for example, banatun, daughters, that's also atun, atin, that's also human. But if I say jami'atun, universities, or if I say sayyaratun, cars, or if I say ayatun, the ayat of Quran, ayatun, or if I say samawatun, skies, those are also atun, aren't they?
Yes.
But they would be under non-human.
Non-human.
Now, you remember the pronouns? Huwa, huma, hum?
Yes.
Okay? So here's the way to understand this. The pronoun for muslimatun would be hunna.
Yeah.
Right? So you would say hunna muslimatun.
Okay.
Hunna muslimatun, which means they are Muslim women. Right? But normally you wouldn't say hunna samawatun.
Yeah.
You would not say that. Hunna is only used for people.
People.
Even though samawatun is feminine and plural. You with me? Samawatun is feminine and it is plural.
Plural.
But because it's non-human, they treat it like a she.
Okay.
Now you knew this rule from way before, but not this rule. You learned it under broken plurals. Right? Broken plurals can be treated singular feminine. Back in the day, we're going to review that today too, right? But I'm adding something new here. And the new thing is actually any plural that's not human.
Okay.
Any plural that's not human. The Arabs treat it like a she. So they don't say hunna samawatun. What do they say?
Hiya
samawatun. hiya samawatun. For example, jami'at, universities. Should they use huwa jami'atun, hunna jami'atun, hiya jami'atun? Which one?
Here.
Similarly, you have the pointing words. Hada, hadani. You remember those? Say them.
هذا هذان هؤلاء.
Good.
هذه هاتان هؤلاء.
Yes.
ذلك تلك أولئك.
ذلك ذانك.
ذلك ذلك أولئك. تلك تلك أولئك.
Good. Now those words, you know the plurals of them, ulaika, haulai, those are only for people. So you could say, for example, listen again, you could say ulaika muslimatun. Ulaika muslimatun. Those are Muslim women.
Okay.
Okay? But you cannot say ulaika jami'atun.
Okay.
So what word would you use instead of ulaika for jami'atun? Should you use, you have hadha, hadha, or dhalika, dhanika, ulaika, tilka, tanika, ulaika. Which word would be appropriate for jami'atun? Should it be dhalika?
No. Tilka?
That's right, tilka jami'atun. So what I'm trying to get at then is when you have the non-human feminine plural, it is treated here. It's treated singular feminine. And SF means singular feminine, does not mean Street Fighter. Okay? You with me so far?
Yes.
So we have A, B, and C. A was una, ina, which is for people. B was atun, atin, which is for humans. C is again atun, atin, but this time for
Non-human.
non-humans. And is there a difference in grammar? Yes. With non-humans, you can use hiya. With humans, you use
Hunna.
hunna. Okay. Now, next step. D. The next step is broken plurals, but human broken plurals. Human broken plurals are, you know, like kuffar or anbiya.
Insan.
Insan is singular.
It is.
Yeah, insan is singular. Or let's say rusul.
Okay.
Okay. Now, broken plurals are words. There's a few things to know about them. How do you define a broken plural? Broken plurals are plurals of a word like kafir, kuffar, that or nabi, anbiya, or rasul, rusul, right? That don't have a combination. So when a word is plural, even though it doesn't have a combination, that's a broken plural. Okay? And because they don't have a combination, you cannot predict what they were going to be. You have to know that from vocabulary. Like you would have to be taught that the plural of kafir is kuffar. If you guessed on your own, you would only say kafirun, which is also correct.
Yeah.
But, you know, kuffar suggests that this is a broken plural, and you could only learn that by looking it up in a dictionary or learning it from an Arab teacher or something like that. Okay? So, these are human broken plurals. Now, the crazy thing in grammar is, for each of these are human and people, right? You have two options. Hum or hiya. They'll let you to, and don't write this down yet, understand it first.
Okay.
A broken plural can be treated singular feminine,
Yes.
which is why you can say hiya kuffarun and it's okay.
Yeah.
Which is why you can say hiya anbiya'u and that's okay too. And you can say hiya rusulun and that's okay too. That doesn't mean they're women, that just means they're broken plurals.
Yes.
Okay? This is why the Quran says تِلْكَ الرُّسُلُ فَضَّلْنَا بَعْضَهُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ. تِلْكَ الرُّسُلُ. Tilka is for a girl.
Yeah.
But because rusul is a broken plural, instead of saying ulaika rusul, Allah said tilka rusul. Okay? So now, you can use hiya, that's fine. But you can also treat them as what they really are.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be hum, you just treat them what they really are. Are they really a they?
Yes.
Is kuffar really a they?
Yes.
So you can say hum kuffar.
Okay.
In other words, you can go by reality or you can go by this strange grammar rule. You have two options. You can say singular feminine or reality.
Okay.
Let me give you another example of that that's different from these, just so that point becomes clear. You have a choice between reality and, you know, this rule of grammar. Another word is, a broken plural is nisa. nisa'un. Means women. You have two, because it's a broken plural, right? You have two options. What two options do you have though?
Hiya or hunna.
Very good. Hiya or
Hunna.
hunna. When you said hiya, you used which rule? The broken plural rule,
Plural.
meaning the singular feminine, right?
Yeah.
When you use hunna, what rule did you use?
Regular, like what it really is.
Reality. You observe reality. You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good. I'm happy. Human broken plurals are done. What's next? This is item D.
Non-human broken plurals?
Yep.
No, E.
E, sorry. Non-human broken plurals. And what do you do with non-human broken plurals? Like kutubun or masajidu. You always treat it. Here.
Feminine. Okay.
You always treat it singular feminine.
Okay.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
So where do you, up until now, up until E, when do you find which plurals you have to use here?
Non-human broken plurals?
And where else?
Feminine plurals?
Feminine non-human plurals.
Okay, feminine.
So what do they have in common? The fact that they are non-human. So they like hiya for what things more? Non-humans.
Non-humans.
Even though sometimes they can use it for humans, like in the case of D.
Yeah.
You with me?
Mm-hmm.
So we have A, B, C, D, and E. Okay? Now,
Is there an F?
yes. That's the last one. But I think you can handle even more.
I can.
I think so.
Sure.
F. But well, today is just up to F.
Okay.
Okay? And F is plural because
The Arab said so.
Arabs said so. They are called ism jama'.
Okay.
Ism jama'. Words that are plural, even though in English they are singular, the Arabs said they're plural, so we say fine, whatever. Okay?
Okay.
Now let's take some examples of that. قوم ناس قرن. قوم, anyone, you know what that means?
Nation?
Yep. What does nas mean?
People?
What does qarn mean? Do you know?
No.
It means generation.
Okay.
Okay? Now in English, you say a nation, which is one. A people, or a generation. These are all one. These are all singular in English.
Okay.
But examples of words like these, this is the more popular ones in the Quran. That's why I gave you these three words. So for this rule, you have to remember these three words. Qawm, nas, and qarn. Okay? For the Arabs, even though these words are in meaning singular, they're always going to use hum.
Okay.
Okay? So meaning they're going to call them plural, even though they are technically singular, they are considered plural. And there's a logic behind that. Nation is made up of a lot of people. People is people, many people. And then a generation is not one person, it's an entire generation of people, right? So there is some logic behind that. So we have A through F. How many kinds of plural are there? You're not looking in your notes, so we can wrap up this session. You're going to walk me through what we learned today, so I know you have it
Okay.
in your little tiny brain.
So, okay. There's masculine plurals, which is una and ina.
Okay?
There's feminine human plurals, which is atun and atin.
And put a pronoun next to each so I know, like you know how to use it. So una and ina, give me an example of a sentence.
Hum muslimuna.
Good.
Okay. And then
The second one was?
second type of plural,
Uh-huh.
it's human feminine plurals.
Uh-huh.
Which is atun and atin.
Mm-hmm. An
Right.
example would be?
Hunna muslimatin.
Okay, hunna muslimatun, no problem. I like it.
Okay. and then there's non-human feminine plurals.
That's right.
Which is also atun and atin. But you could use hiya for it.
Yes.
Like,
or you should use hiya for it.
you should. Okay. I don't know what.
What's the surah made up of?
Okay, hiya ayatin.
Hiya ayatun.
Hiya ayatun.
Hiya
Okay,
ayatun.
okay.
Good.
Then there's broken plurals.
Which kind?
Human broken plurals.
Okay.
Like,
Close your binder, girl.
I can't really see it. Okay.
Mm.
Oh, hiya rusulun. So
Okay.
you could treat it like that, or you could treat it like it really is.
Which would be
Hum rusulun.
good. Hiya
And then-
rusulun or hum rusulun is both correct. Very good.
Yeah. Then there's non-human broken plurals.
Non-human broken
Broken
plurals.
plurals.
Yes.
Okay, which is like kutub
Sure.
or masajid.
Or dafatir, notebooks, or aqlam, pens.
Okay.
So how do you say that?
Feminine, singular feminine.
An example would be to put in a sentence.
Hiya
that is-
aqlamun.
Huh?
Hiya aqlamun.
Hiya aqlamun. Very good. They are pens. Good.
Okay.
So you don't
Then-
translate hiya as she anymore. When you use it like that, then you translate hiya as they. Okay. One last one.
Oh, plural because the Arab said so.
3 words to remember here would be
Qawm, Nas, and Qarn.
good. Putting them in a sentence would be all 3.
Use hum.
So,
So,
use it.
hum qawmun, and hum nasun, and hum qarnun.
Very good. Very good. That's why Quran said, إِنَّهُمْ قَوْمٌ هَؤُلَاءِ قَوْمُنَا اتَّخَذُوا مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ آلِهَةً.
Okay.
Right? Surah Al-Kahf. هَؤُلَاءِ قَوْمُنَا. Why not hiya qawmuna or huwa qawmuna? Ha'ula is plural because the Arab said so. So ha'ula'i qawmuna. You got it?
Yes.
Okay. So that's the basic rules. These are the basic rules. The how many kinds of plurals did we get? 6. We've got masculine, una, ina, feminine, feminine, human, atun, atin, feminine, non-human, atun, atin, human broken plural, non-human broken plural, ism jama.
Okay.
So you got 6. Okay. I want to add some more kind of discussion to this for you, so you understand it kind of comprehensively from the beginning,
Okay.
instead of coming back to it much later. Might as well
Alright.
finish all of your discussions on it, but we'll do that in tomorrow's session. Bidillah. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Very good, girl. Very good. We're learning good things. MashaAllah.